rises for the win from 29 from the right hash. Koo's kick is good. Here is Durant for the win. James for the win. It's gone. LeBron James at the buzzer.
All right, let's talk, man. NFL offseason bonanza.
Not bonanza.
No, like the NFL is really starting to mirror the NBA in just terms of like moves,
player movement,
Yeah.
player empowerment, and
2022, bro.
where quarterbacks are the new, like, they're NBA players. They're gonna start choosing where they want to go. But anyways, let's rap about some specific trades and get y'all feedback on it. First up,
we can go into the Matt Ryan one. I mean, just go ahead.
I might as well get it out of the way. Y'all still have
We can get that one out
Falcons
the way.
residue on the show.
It's that residue.
Shout out to James. Did a wonderful job last episode.
Yeah.
Man, I think it was a win-win for both sides, bro.
So who won? Nah, we ain't doing that.
I think it was a win, bro.
Who won the trade?
Oh, Indy. Absolutely.
Yeah,
They got Matt Ryan for a third-round pick.
Yeah.
Long term, I mean, the Falcons had to move on eventually. We had to eat that salary, like, eventually, bro. And we just did it this year. It was either this year or next year.
So what's the outlook for the Colts in your
Man,
your,
look,
like,
the Colts they're about to be a playoff team, right? They play in the division with Houston, Jacksonville, and Tennessee.
yeah.
Are we sold on any of those teams?
No, sir.
Matt Ryan is about to take this team to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you guys know it or not. He playing on the team with probably will be the best running back in the league next year, Jonathan Taylor. I've had him in my fantasy league a couple times. He has definitely helped me win.
Oh, he helped you win?
Yes.
Like you won the whole thing?
Yes. Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, no, that's clutch. Yeah.
He is a baller. I mean, in my opinion, he's the best running back in the league right now, Jonathan Taylor. And then also on the receiving end, you have players like Michael Pittman and Paris Campbell. So they have weapons. They have the weapons to really do something. They have a decent to solid defense, and they're, in my opinion, they're just a quarterback away.
They're one of the best OLs in the league, if not the best.
So now you bring in a former MVP
Yeah.
and Matt Ryan, and we'll see where it goes.
To roll my eyes. I'm listening.
No,
This guy.
I understand. But no, you bring in a former MVP.
All right, so ceiling, basement. What's the Colts' ceiling and what's their basement? What do you think is their,
I think
best case scenario and worst case scenario?
Dude.
Best case scenario,
Assuming everybody stays healthy, of course. No.
best case scenario, I think the Colts can go to the Super Bowl.
They can. I agree.
I think anything less than a playoff appearance is not good for the Colts. They have to win they have to make it to the playoffs. They have to.
Based on the division. Makes sense.
Yep.
Is there any in any world or is there any chance that it just doesn't work, or maybe Matt's not where we think he is? We start to see that attrition in his game.
But he doesn't have to be. He has a legit
and a running game.
He has a legit running game. He doesn't have to be Patrick Mahomes throwing for 300, 400 yards a game, 4 touchdowns. Hand it off to your running
back. We got
back.
another potential Matt taking a new team to the Super Bowl.
About to say, it'll be the third time in 3 years that a new quarterback is taking the old team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
So he should win the division. But yeah.
All right, so let's talk Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill traded to Miami for 19 picks.
Right.
They
What
sit the house.
how do you think that affects the Chiefs offense, and what do you think that'll do for Tua in Miami?
Man, that surprised me. I didn't see that coming from the Chiefs. I thought they were gonna pay the man. It's Tyreek Hill. But the Chiefs are still like dynamic, bro. Like they're still a threat, man. I don't think they will waver that much, bro. But then again, the AFC West is crazy as well. But
I don't know. I think this definitely hurts their offense. I mean, they don't have that. They don't have the Cheetah. They don't have that deep threat.
The over the top.
Yeah.
That opens up
Who's
a
the
lot.
number one wide receiver right now?
Who on
Yeah.
their team?
Yeah, on the team. Yeah,
You got Travis Kelce. You got Mecole Hardman.
Carl Harmon. Yeah, I thought so.
You got
Their tight end.
They add on. They just added Juju Smith-Schuster on their team.
That's what they just added. Juju.
So they still have weapons, but they don't have that deep threat that take the top off the coverage type of threat. And I mean, they're still gonna win games. I mean, it's still Patrick Mahomes. It's still Travis Kelce. They're still gonna win games. But I mean, if transitioning over to the Miami side, the clock has started on Tua.
Right.
The clock has started.
We
on
have
Tua.
another Baker, Odell situation.
There's no
This might
excuses.
expose him.
There's no excuses now. You have Jalen Waddle on one side. You have Tyreek Hill on the opposite side.
Mhm.
Get it done. And my guess is about halfway through the season, we're going to see what they're going to do with Tua.
Yeah.
If
A
about
decision will be made.
a decision will be
Yeah.
made by halfway through the season. About 8 games in, if Miami is not where they want to be, people getting benched, people getting traded.
So, I mean, they chose not to pay Tyreek Hill, and typically in the NFL, that's the right decision.
Yeah.
So you think they should have kept him?
They wasn't going to be able to afford to pay all
Right.
of that.
That was the thing, man. Everybody, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes with that huge contract. I mean,
Even on the defensive side, you got Tyrann Mathieu. They can't play all these players.
Yeah, you can't.
But in a sense, you got your return on investment. You got your Super
They
Bowl
got the
win.
ring.
They got the ring.
Yeah.
The ring.
So I don't know. They're going to be fine. The Chiefs, I believe, are still going to be fine. I still think Patrick Mahomes is one of the top quarterbacks in our league right now.
The thing is, the AFC West though. So you got the Chiefs, you got the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chargers. The Broncos made. We're probably going to talk about it next.
We're going to get to the Broncos. Let's go to the Raiders real quickly. So,
Let's do it.
Devontae Adams to the Raiders for 2 picks. What are y'all thoughts on that? What does that do for the Raiders?
I didn't understand this trade. So the whole thing was Aaron Rodgers wanted to try to keep Devontae Adams on the team and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I guess when Aaron Rodgers took that extension, maybe it took a little bit too much money. I don't understand it.
I don't get it for the Packers.
Yeah, I don't get it for the Packers for them to
It was a
let
money thing. It was
for
money
them
thing.
to
It was
let
how much
Devontae-
yeah.
Yeah, but I still, in my opinion, I don't think this really moves the needle for the Raiders.
Got the Derek Carr.
Because of Derek Carr. I mean, and Devontae Adams is probably one of the top 2 receivers in the league, right? He's a great route runner.
Mhm.
But at the same time, if you watch the Packers, a lot of his routes are in breaking routes or screen routes where he just, builds up a lot of yards after catch. So it's not really a lot of his stuff. A lot of his routes aren't really down the field. So I don't know. I don't think this really moves the needle for the Raiders. I still think they have a lot of holes to fill. Now, obviously you still have Darren Waller, who is probably one of the top 3, top 4 tight ends in the league as well. But I still think they have a lot of holes to fill.
So does Patrick miss? Who misses their wide receiver more, Patrick or A-Rod?
I say A-Rod.
You say A-Rod? I say Pat.
Bro, Pat still has Travis though.
I
It's
get
like
it, but there's what I'm looking at is, like I said, taking the top off the coverage. When you can move the ball at a very fast pace and then chunk yards like that, that is difficult to defend, especially with a speed demon like the Cheetah.
Yeah.
Like he could literally make a slant route and he's gone. Nobody's catching him.
So why you say A-Rod? Specific? Is it just because
Personnel,
Patrick
bro.
still has?
I think Patrick still has a better team around him, bro. The Packers have been notorious for not putting a team around Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So take away his best receiver, who.
But to my point, like I said, a lot of Devontae Adams routes are screen routes. They're in breaking routes.
Yeah.
They're short routes that he just makes something out of.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I think they're gonna hurt the most. And because I mean, if you really look at it, they're gonna double, triple Travis Kelce. Like that's at this point now, we're just gonna single in on him.
Yeah.
And anybody else have at it. I mean, because we've seen what Juju Smith-Schuster has done in Pittsburgh. I mean, has he really
dance?
Right. He's making TikToks in the middle of the field. So are we really sold on him breaking out and becoming this number one type of receiver? He proved that he can't be a number one receiver in Pittsburgh.
It's a proven year for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what is he on a 1 year
Like
deal?
1 year deal,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a proven year for him as well.
All right, so let's talk. Let's talk Broncos. Let's talk Russell Wilson. They moved a lot. They gave Seattle a lot. 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, 5th rounder, Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant. Who won the trade, and what will the fallout be?
Ooh.
Corey.
Now I think this will be the most exciting division. Just strictly off the quarterbacks. If you talk about Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, whatever. And
Golly, boy, y'all.
No
and
respect.
He's just average. Y'all acting like he's.
and Justin Herbert with the Chargers. I think this will be one of the more exciting divisions, just solely based off of quarterback play. But as far as the Denver Broncos in general, they have weapons. They have Jerry Jeudy. They have Cortland Sutton, Tim Kirkpatrick. They have the weapons. I think Denver Broncos were literally just a quarterback away.
What's their ceiling?
Their ceiling,
Playoff appearance. Well, yeah, because I said, they play in a tough division, so they're gonna accumulate their losses. They're gonna accumulate their wins. So it's gonna be tough for them to really Wild card berth, probably.
Yeah, wild card berth,
Yeah.
and that's really about it.
All right, so considering he plays the majority of the season, how do y'all see Deshaun Watson faring in Cleveland?
Well, first of all, shout out to his agent, man, to set up that 1 year. The first year of his contract is only like $1 million. So when he gets suspended, possibly. So if he gets suspended, it's just coming out.
He won't be out on that salary.
Yeah, bro, just $1 million, bro. Out of a $250 million.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
super smart, bro.
That's crazy structuring right there.
Crazy, right? It's insane.
Well, he's gonna more than likely get suspended a
Mhm.
few games to start off the season. I think this team can win the division. It's going to be tough because they play in a division with Baltimore and dang, I can't think of the other team off the top of my head right now.
Bengals.
Bengals, yeah,
Yeah.
the team that just was in the Super Bowl. Yeah, so it's going to be a tough division, but
The Browns are a good team.
the Browns are a good team, and y'all know how I feel about Baker. Baker is trash, and I think he was.
I co-sign that.
I think he was he held this team back. I mean, you got Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Like, come on
He's a
now.
horse.
Like, out of Georgia. Like, come on, let's talk about it.
Facts.
Let's talk about it.
Facts.
And I mean, they just got Amari Cooper, which, you know, I'm not a big Amari Cooper fan either. I mean, you get paid all these big bucks and you come up short a lot. But I think a true quarterback like Deshaun Watson can help Amari Cooper come back into dominance like he should be.
What is the suspension gonna be? Is it gonna be conduct detrimental or something?
Yeah. To the league. Yeah. So I think I read somewhere it might be at least maybe like 6 games, I think. So we're looking at the first 6 games, Deshaun Watson not playing.
Who's their backup? Do we know?
Oh, right now it's Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, right now.
right now, yeah. That's true.
They're still looking at trading him, but
Uh-huh.
nobody wants
gonna
Baker.
trade for Baker.
All right, so out of all the trades that have happened so far, who took the biggest L?
That's hard.
It's really hard. The biggest
Falcons.
L? It's not the Falcons. The Falcons took a bit. Okay, it is the Falcons. We took,
Nah, yeah, I gotta agree. I think it is the
we
Falcons.
took an L this year,
Yeah.
but it's set up the future, bro. Without that trade,
We don't have a quarterback.
we don't have a quarterback.
I don't care what
We don't-
Falcons fans
Marcus
say.
Mariota.
I don't have
I
a
don't
quarterback.
care. We don't have a
No,
quarterback.
we are quarterback list. But I mean, bro, it was gonna happen eventually, bro. What we should have did was draft Justin Field last year and let him sit behind Matt Ryan and then trade Matt Ryan this year. We'd have Justin Field. We would have a quarterback and would have been straight.
You sold on Justin Fields?
I'd take him over Marcus Mariota. If he
Yeah.
didn't sit in the year behind Matt Ryan, I'll
Okay.
take him over Marcus Mariota.
I mean, I think we do this thing in sports where, like, after 1 year, we're already ready to like.
And I've tried to give
Give him
Justin
some
Fields
grace, like
some grace.
Yeah.
But I only brought it up because he brought it up, Justin.
true.
Fields. So
I'm thinking about James, where he's always yelling at people. Y'all said we were supposed to get Justin Fields. Like, we don't know what he is yet.
Yeah, we can get some Justin Fields some time.
Yeah. Are there any underrated steals that have happened so far? Like trades that y'all aware of that like are not getting enough pub, and you feel like, yo, this is.
Well, it's not a trade, but it's probably one of the biggest things that happened in the offseason. Tom Brady coming out of retirement.
Man, come on.
I mean, that's huge in itself. He's again playing in the division with Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, and
to be announced.
to be announced.
Sam Darnold?
Andy Dalton.
Oh,
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, yeah.
Saints.
Yeah, so
Saints with it. Yeah.
So he's guaranteed a home play, at least one home playoff game because he's going to win the division. I think that's one of the most underrated things.
I'm going to let you know my sources are telling me that it's possible Brady to the 49ers.
You ain't got no sources, bro.
I know the whole Dolphins thing was picking up steam too, but that's just what my sources are telling me.
That would make sense because
me and Adam Schefter, we talked about it.
That would make sense though because we just got news that Bruce Arians was retiring from coaching and he's moving to the front office, and now Todd Bowles is going to move up from the defensive coordinator and take over as the head coach. And there's always kind of been this battle with Bruce Arians and Tom Brady. So, I mean, to your point, that actually kind of makes sense.
I'm just saying, keep your third eye open.
Yeah.
That's my first time hearing about that.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like.
Nah, I've been hearing from, I'd say my sources, but I've been listening, and that's something to keep an eye on. And I mean, he grew up.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was trying to get there a while ago.
Right.
So
yeah.
That, like I said, that would actually make sense for him come back and the team up with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. So that makes sense. Yep. I wouldn't doubt it.
All right, that's it. NFL trade offseason bonanza. Any last thoughts?
This has been a crazy offseason.
And this
looked like the
crazy.
NBA.
That's what I'm saying. It was NBA-esque.
Yeah.
I'm like, every time I'm like, so-and-so's going here. I'm like, NFL don't usually move like this. It usually, someone's where they're going to be.
But the players are getting that power. They're getting that power that the NFL, that the NBA players have.
I mean, and also the contracts are just getting so large that teams.
Do y'all like the player movement in football? Because it is a different sport. Do y'all like the player movement in football?
I like it in basketball more than football.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it in football.
I don't like it in football.
Mainly because it's really a true.
It's too many. It's too many moving parts.
Yeah,
one person very very rarely, unless you're Tom Brady, can very rarely affect a football team in that kind of kind of thing. Like.
It's the truest team sport. You need everyone to do their job at all times.
From the quarterback down to the kicker, down to the water boy.
Yeah.
Like you need every single position.
Yeah.
Special teams, all of that. You need every single position.
And I like the idea of a quarterback, being the face of a franchise for a good amount of time. Like you think Falcons, you thought Vic and Ryan, you thought Colts, it was Peyton Manning, of course, Patriots, Brady, stuff like that. I don't want to see quarterbacks just jumping around like crazy. I don't enjoy that. Now, Russell Wilson did his time in Seattle, and Deshaun, how long was Deshaun in Houston? A few years, right? 4 or 5, something like that? Yeah, so, but if it starts getting to be like James Harden, I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on the For the Win Vodcast.
Make sure you follow us on IG at For the Win Vodcast, on YouTube at For the Win, on Apple Music, on Spotify. We are everywhere.
For the win. And we out.
Peace.
Yes, sir.